around them.
Merry Christmas, chimps.
Oh, Leo! Oh my god!
It's actually been a long time since I've been under here watching them. Usually just pass them by and see them out in their paddock. Looks as if they've got themselves a treat. The keepers would have put peanut butter and raisins and other little bits in Christmas crackers and various little holes that are in this enclosure. We have of course got a huge paddock out the back. Right, sorry about the sun in my eyes. But good morning everybody, welcome to ZSL Whipsnade Zoo. This is the last weekend before Christmas 2024. We're here to have a general sort of update, look around. We will not be able to see the lions today because a specific event has happened on this weekend when the Lion King comes out in the cinemas across the UK. We have a young pride now. One of the younger females has given birth to 3 little cubs, and she will be snuggling in all over the Christmas period, just giving them a general cuddle and looking after them. So it's only right that the zoo gives them a bit of space to bed in before they're out to see the public. Probably some point in January we'll be up to sort of show you them about that time. There is a ton of puddles around, that's for sure. But anyway guys, let's go and do it. One of the little free roaming wallabies, just keeping itself settled in the thicket area there. It is very, very blustery today. Sorry about that, spit my teeth out. Blustery today guys. Really chills you through to the core. Unfortunately for Rachel, she's just getting over flu-like symptoms, so she will probably come with me now as we go and see the reindeers, and then probably relax with a hot wintry drink in the cafe afterwards while I continue. Of course we should have been up here yesterday, but as our luck has been throughout this year, we got pretty much halfway and the car said it had had enough. Steam coming out the top of the engine everywhere. It was like a water flange housing, the side, like kind of your water pump thing on the car. Got brittle over the years, corroded, and the housing itself had snapped. Water and steam everywhere. Called out the AA, sat around for about an hour. Some really friendly people about, come along. Anything we can do to help. They put a bit of water in that gushed out the other side, so we knew where the issue, where the problem was. And then the AA guy says, well, you ain't going to get much further. He done a best he could bodge job to get us home, and then luckily enough for us, we got good neighbours across the road from us that took Rachel up to get the part, come back and actually fitted it there and them himself. So the Christmas spirit is kind of still alive and well here in the UK in parts. Looks as if they're felling a lot of trees. Now of course the animals will absolutely love these, especially who were just about to go and see the reindeers, because it's all covered in what they call lichen, which is like a moss come fungi that grows everywhere. Just look how many wallabies are about. I suppose this is their habitat that's been chopped down. Bit too late in the year to be honest with you to see any joeys about, but they are super cool. Looks very much as if the little Christmas town come here and meet Santa has been set up again in the lookout lodges. You can of course hire these out for a night throughout the year. It does look really cool. said, you can probably, you won't be able to obviously feel it, but you can hear the wind probably. Car door. Who would want, oh, I can see it's got a winter menu, sort of kind of thing. Who would want an ice cream this time of year? As we come and see our reindeer friends, if they're about. Of course, otherwise known in parts of the world, North America, especially Alaska and the Canadian provinces, as caribou. Looks as if they're doing a bit of rucking over there, so I'm going to try and get a bit closer. Hi girls. I'm only surmising that they are girls because it is the female of the species that keeps the reindeer. So of course those who pull Santa's sled are in fact girls. But they are beautiful. Never known it's so cold up here. Good luck on Christmas Eve, guys. I mentioned the lichen, that is the moss stuff that it's actually chewing on right now. Apparently very nutritional. Look after yourself and have a Merry Christmas. In with some very sleepy rhinos right now. Behind mum there you will not see, very well protected, but there is a tiny little baby cuddled up in all the straw. You've seen him in previous videos, of course. There is two youngsters here now. One recently, I think this one's called Hula, which is behind his mum there, was born in October. The other one was born back in March. You may just be able to make out a little bundle there, right in the corner behind mum. A lot of the other larger girls in the herd also cuddling up, taking shelter from the extremities outside. They all look so peaceful. Said many times before, they are a very, very timid species, easily spooked, very protective of their young. You see one of the youngers just in the middle over there. You upset them, they will charge. They're simply beautiful. Kind of feels like early on this year when I went and visited an abandoned zoo. There is literally nobody about. Rachel's having a warm beverage in the cafeteria area. This area is obviously on lockdown because of the important activity that's happening there with the new young pride, and that is going to be a beehive of activity come January when the public will be able to see the little young cubs, 3 of them of course. I suppose about now they'll probably all be the size of a domestic cat. Tiny little things. I've seen them obviously on the CCTV video footage that ZSL Whipsnade have put up on the internet. So if you hop over to their Facebook channel, you can have a look at the mum settling in with her youngsters. This area here, as you can see, frequented by waterbuck. You generally find the grey zebras in there. I can see one over there in the distance, but I guess like anything else, the animals this time of year want to sort of shelter down, keep out of the way. Some of them do hibernate, some of them obviously don't. The more hardier your animals here, but some of your carnivores who need your massive amount of calories and protein, etc., to keep them going. To shut themselves down pretty much for winter, they will go into like what they call a topar. Specifically with the brown European bears, they will do this. They will have what they call a fat bear week, where they will eat as much as possible in that week, and then they will sleep lucidly. They're ready to wake up and go back to sleep at any moment, but they will go into a kind of light hibernation for somewhere in the region of about 100 days. It's not overly common to see these guys wandering around. Of course, your fastest of your land mammals, that is of course your cheetah. Should come out just the other side of the rock. Guessing things are going to get a bit more pungent right now as we go into the enclosure. These guys prefer the warm weather, so they will nuzzle up in what is practically a hippo soup. You got your common hippos to the right, and just here in front of me, this is Tarpon. There's a pygmy hippo. So it's starting to steam up a little bit because of the difference of temperature in here. So here we have Lola and Hodor, and as I said, very much hippo soup. They will come up for the occasional gulp of air, like that, and then pretty much go back down again. You ain't going to see a lot of activity out of these guys. Occasionally come out for a stroll. None of them brave enough in this weather to traverse down to their little pond area down there. But anyway guys, Hippo Christmas. Right, as we get up to Christmas itself and everyone's getting ready to put their large bird in the oven, you would not get larger than this. Of course, these are not for the eating of, but these are your largest of your living birds. The ostrich. Emu is slightly smaller. There used to be, years and years ago, I'm talking sort of post-prehistoric, places like New Zealand, they had a bird called the moa, which was at least 5 times the size of that. Unbelievable. Nice and warm and cosy in here for the reticulated giraffe. The 2 youngsters over there, they're very much like twins, yet they're from a different mother and probably about nearly as much as a month apart. But you look at them, if they walk towards you, they are virtually identical. I'm guessing that is mum in front there, having a nibble. They love these branches, same as like a lot of your caribou, reindeer, etc. That is very much your lichen again. But they'll devour the whole lot of that, the twigs, everything, the bark. A very large blue tongue. Little one's copying mum now. Any of you guys out there wondering where Maltesers come from? Right there. All that noise, guys, is this like a Christmas carol or something, is it? These guys simply love the interaction with all the visitors. Expect us to throw them a bit of fish or a prawn or a bit of crab. Like a highly tuned choir. Merry Christmas, guys. And this time of year, certainly some of the most active of the creatures you're going to see. Red panda up there having a winter's afternoon snooze. Surprising really that in these conditions, I guess they're probably used to it and they just love the trees so much. But they've got their little shelters on their own little private island here. You would have thought they'd hunker down in those over there. But no, it's quite happy up there. Try and get his attention so you can see his face a little better, but it's just best to let him be. These of course would be the offspring of, ironically, a red panda that was called Blue. Very much coming up short on our animal friends today. Of course we've got our friends the yaks down there, camels behind in the distance. That is the new monkey forest, which is a bit big for the size of the monkeys, to be honest with you. There is a huge area to walk around. This of course our tiger enclosure, but as expected, to be honest with you, as much as giving an update, a lot of these animals are probably hunkered down because the keepers, staffing levels over Christmas etc. will probably be a little bit lower. Just read a brief notice sign back there that turned around and pretty much said that due to the high winds, the tiger will be hunkered down in this area in front of us here. You're still not going to see him. Got to keep him nice and warm. This of course in the past, like you're going to have the new Lion King, Lion Cub entourage is happening soon around January time. This is where you originally had 3 little tiger cubs many years ago, and they've all moved on. As I said, although it's quiet, in there is a full-grown male tiger. We've reached that time of year now where the elephants won't any longer be out enjoying this paddock because it gets all boggy and it hurts their pads with the rocks underneath etc. coming up as they continually make it a bit boggy. So there's a sand area, like a sand trap over there in the corner, and they've got their little elephant pavilions that will be kept nice for them. They can all hunker down, get everything they need to eat in now. They're all likely to be over to me left in the sand pit, but this is where they will hunker down for the night. It's beautifully done in here. So it's a nice, comfy, large area. Obviously the JCB bit there is setting out food, etc. for them. You can see in the little bundles when they come in for the evening. Even the sticks there, that's not obviously for a fire. They will quite happily push them about with their trunk, rip the bark off them. And usually to do that, these metal railings, they'll bang across the railings until it sort of shatters, and then they'll peel it back with their trunk and enjoy the contents. As I said again, very quiet and peaceful. Very, very eerie. Being in a full-blown, the largest zoo in the whole of the UK. And there's barely a soul about. So through the winter months, this is where you're going to find them all hunkering down. Little now, Nang messing about with something or other, I don't know what. Very agile for its sheer size. Of course, it'd be in there with its mum Donna, who's one of my favourites. Merry Christmas, Nang. Have you a load of lovely treats. In just a few short days, hundreds of thousands of presents will be opened in the UK, and many of them will contain little parcels, little packages containing Lynx Africa. Of course, this guy is a proper lynx, and somewhere hidden within this area one will probably be walking around. Whether you see him or not, they're very elusive in the wild. Here we go. He's making his way over the back there. Obviously someone's got some food for him. Much rather have that lynx over there at Christmas than the tins. Getting agile now there's food on the way, aren't you? How cute is that?
She's lazy, she don't do it.
You've had all your treats now, what are you going to do now? The difference in the colours. A lot more speckly on this one down here. Let's leave them be. The perfect timing. It appears the Wolverines are doing a bit of logging. Really, really crazy animals. So most of the day running around and around. But I thought for 1 minute there was a maybe a carcass or a bit of meat, but no, it's a log. Or is it a log? It's very deceptive. It's obviously keen to keep hold of it, so maybe it is something more that it could eat. It doesn't look like a paw or something like that. Strange creatures. Anyway guys, look after yourselves and have a good Christmas. Of course, as I said, the bears will be in their towpath season, so it's like a light, lucid hibernation. They are, of course, a free will to wake up at any time and have a wander. But why would you want to when the weather's like this? I think, guys, that's going to do it for today. It's been good to catch up. I do love my animal friends. Certainly wanted to come up here. Was almost distraught yesterday when the car broke down on the way to come here. Luckily enough we got it fixed and we did manage to arrive here today. Weather's been bitter. It's now starting to chuck it down. It's going to get dark soon because yesterday was the shortest day, today being the 22nd of December 2024, and don't know, to be honest with you, they're going to be pretty much between now and the new year. So I'd just like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas for you and yours. Hope you have a fantastic time. If of course you celebrate it, not everybody does. It's been difficult for me in many ways over the last few years. Christmas was something I lived for all the way throughout the year, pretty much like the old movie Scrooge. But then I lost my father at Christmas. Oh, that must have been 14 years ago. And only a couple of years ago that I virtually said my last words to my sister in the early hours of Christmas morning while she was still lucid, and then she slowly drifted off and passed on the 6th of January 2023. So it is what it is. I'll try and make the best of it. Hope you do as well. Whatever you're doing, spend that time with your families, cherish them moments, because they're not here forever. And with that, guys, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you in the movies. Happy New Year. Bye for now.